This week in VR education news, VR counseling, hoarding, and some 3D AI. Let's hop right into it. First of all, we have many universities starting to adopt virtual reality counseling in multiple different ways. You may have seen different counseling in VR for having a spider on your hand or a snake nearby and just kind of getting used to those phobias. Heights is also being a big one. So some universities and colleges are using it for that. But there's also universities and colleges that are handing out VR headsets for people to do counseling remotely in kind of more in a more anonymous way, as well as still just being able to have a personal touch compared to just having a phone call. We know that we've implemented this with Brock University and Pastone Health in Niagara and had some amazing results. So really interested to see how this continues to expand in the university space, because adding an AI, it might even be an extra layer where somebody can go into this virtual counseling experience and have kind of an hour or two to themselves where they can go through some certain experiences before meeting up with their counselor or therapist to go through. So very excited to see this spread, as it's definitely needed in the university and college space and really everywhere in the world these days. Similarly, we have a virtual reality for hoarding disorders. So if you're going to counseling for hoarding and you need help practicing declutter, the simulation puts you in a virtual world where you have a very cluttered house and you have to practice decluttering it. So an interesting way to get people that are hoarders to go into another space that isn't their own, that maybe they're comfortable decluttering, to build up that resilience so that when they get into their actual house and they're trying to declutter, they're ready to do so. And then lastly, we have 3D-GPT. Basically, this is a large language model using 3D models to create virtual worlds. So you can go into this environment and just speak to it, and it will start creating the world. And I think this is very exciting as developers like XpertVR put together packages of 3D models, let's say for firefighters, as well as different modules of programming for firefighters. So let's say search and rescue procedure, which is something that we've done. We could have these packages of here's a bunch of different environments, all these assets, like hazardous materials, cars, avatars, etc. And then we have all the programming needed to do search and rescue procedure. And building out those tools as a company, we can then give that to an instructor to go in and talk to the environment, talk to the AI, and create a scenario that is perfect for their training situation, allowing educators to kind of use the PowerPoint of virtual reality to a degree, but very easily just by talking to it. So excited to see this technology continue to evolve. We've seen examples with like Promethean AI in the past. So seeing this evolve is very exciting because it puts the power of creating back into the creator's hands, while allowing companies like XpertVR to create the tools that those creators are going to use. And on that note, very excited to announce that I am back in Kitchener with the Xpert Xplorer, and we have some videos coming out soon to share what the inside of the Xplorer looks like. We have our first podcast with Michael Carter from the Xpert Xplorer coming out soon. So follow along, comment below what else you'd like to see about the Xpert Xplorer, stories that we missed, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Peace.